Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of the All We Do Is Talk podcast. We are now in the divisional series for the MLB. I'm here with Isaiah. What's going on, man?
I picked one of the series right. Not
Yeah,
the same can be said for both people in this presentation, but I picked the series right, and it's the one that I thought was the easiest one to pick. Actually, Mariners didn't wait 22 years to not win a playoff series, so they go on to the DS, and hopefully they start to get a run going, good enough to knock off the Astros, just not good enough to run through the AL because that would be so disappointing. But yeah, any notes other than I was impressed by Bryce Harper's leadership for the Phillies to win their series. Really didn't see them winning that series, and I was disappointed to see Arenado and
Paul Goldschmidt.
Goldschmidt go 1 for 15. That's gonna get you beat if your best two players don't do anything. And as for the Mets series,
You need to answer to that.
To watch DeGrom and Scherzer implode right away. Mets go Mets. That's all I gotta say about that one. But that was tough to watch. Clearly, we're gonna redo the bracket since we were so utterly terrible with the wild card prediction. We'll just run through the brackets again. But yeah, Mets choked it away, and Mariners they brought it. They stole the game one, which you had to do to win the series.
Mm-hmm.
And then who got handled on the other AL side of the bracket?
The 15 inning shutouts.
We both picked the Rays, and they fought. They fought all the way. They didn't want to go out, but Cleveland's pitching looks. Shane Bieber put on a performance in Game 1, and they let the bullpen do the work in Game 2. So yeah, that's all I have to do for the wild card. Good night, a good little series. I like what they did there. Now hopefully they expand it to 5, and we go towards the NFL. I mean the NBA playoff way. Maybe we give these series longer, give teams another – because the 3-game series is over right away, but it kind of gets the job done. So I kind of understand why they went that way. But how do you feel about this wild card round?
Yeah, the Guardians raised 15 inning. They switched to all their defensive guys at the end of the game, waiting to scrap that one, and those defensive guys were not coming through. I'm glad we're actually facing the Guardians because we don't get Shane Bieber probably till Game 2 or 3.
Series might be over by then.
Facts, but we'll save the Yankees for the last. But yeah, you kind of touched up on all the points that I had. I was going to point out the Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt. That choke job in the first game was brutal, but they got bailed out by how big of a choke job Toronto had, dropping an 8-1 lead in like the 6th inning, and it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, that losing Game 1 and then blowing the big lead is that's gonna be a hard way to go into the off season for Toronto. But they got some young guys. Hopefully Vlad and Springer could keep developing as a tandem in that lineup, and they get some more pitching. They're gonna need some more pitching clearly, and more arms in the bullpen. But everybody needs more pitching and arms in the bullpen. That's kind of like where we are. It's like quarterback play.
Yeah, in the postseason, pitching wins games. You can even see like how the Mets, they had Scherzer and DeGrom, but it still fails you some way, somehow. But let's get it going to this divisional series. Let's start in the National League. The Phillies facing the Atlanta Braves. What do you think?
We both thought that Atlanta was going to beat whichever team came out of that wild card round against the St. Louis Phillies. Phillies showed me something that Bryce Harper is worth some money, but I still think the team is not good enough. And I'll take Atlanta because I think Atlanta is probably at worst the 3rd best team remaining in the postseason. So they should be in the CS round. I'll take Atlanta in this 5-game series. I'll take Atlanta in 4. Bryce Harper wins another game for the Phillies, so he earns his money, and that's good. You could go into the offseason happy about that if you're Philly.
Absolutely, yeah. I have the way the Braves operate is on a raise level. The way they give out these contracts early, so they don't have to pay these dudes until they're like, all right, you're already 30.
They'll never pay him. That's what they did with Freddie Freeman. When it's time for you to get your big outrageous bag, we would have already got all the best years out of you.
Yeah, they're like, we'll extend you through your prime, but we're gonna pay you before. So they did that with a couple of guys recently. Is the only reason I say that. But I think, I think the Braves are going to handle their business here in 4. I agree with. I think this will be pretty light work. All right, let's head over to the NL West showdown. I think this one is the most intriguing, but it also might be very lopsided. Dodgers versus the Padres.
I think it sets up for the Padres to just fall short because they're missing their best player. If they were fully healthy and Snell and Hader had shown having a bad Snell, an inconsistent Snell, a bad Hader, and no Tatis, if they were to beat the Dodgers, that would be crazy. But I'll take the Dodgers in 5. I think San Diego will push them. Soto is amazing. Dodgers do have some pitching injuries, but I'll take the Dodgers to beat them because I believe Tatis is the best player in baseball when he's going good. So if the Padres win a World Series without Tatis, then that'd be like the Braves winning a World Series without Acuna last year. So that's crazy. I've got my Josh Jacobs touchdown hitting after the Devontae Adams touchdown hitting for the parlay. Looking good. Now I just need the Chiefs to get Kelsey and I think did I go Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the end zone, but we'll see about that. And yeah, I'll take the Dodgers to beat the Padres in 5.
I am not gonna go chalk. I am gonna go Padres in 5. The Dodgers choke. Other than 2020, they're choke jobs. They don't.
Their pitching is hurt, so it's not crazy. Their pitching is hurt, and that's the perfect
They never live up to their potential year in and year out because they're always World Series or bust mentality. And they won it in 2020. They went to the World Series a couple more times, but they don't really match up when it comes down to the postseason. All right, let's go to probably the most lopsided series I think there's going to be: Houston versus Seattle.
What makes you think it's going to be lopsided?
Unless Luis Castillo can pitch every single game, this is going to be lopsided.
I'm not going chalk here. I'm going to ride the wave. Give me the Mariners in 4. The Mariners come up with a game plan. They've got some nice young hitters in their lineup. They're what Houston was a few years ago. I think now Justin Verlander somehow went back and found Houston got some cheating method that saved Justin Verlander because he looked the best Justin Verlander we ever seen. And nothing that's gone through in his career makes sense why Justin Verlander is still pitching like the best Justin Verlander. But give me Seattle with the ups. This is my pick for the upset. This is where I don't go chalk. Give me Seattle to keep the run going. They got some young guys that just don't know any better. They got some young guys that just don't know any better. And watch out for a slumping series from Jose Altuve and Mr. Alex Bregman. Watch out for those guys slumping a little bit. So you go ahead and pick Houston. Go ahead. What you got?
Yeah, I'm going to pick Houston. I just think Verlander, I think they have a more experienced team. Dude, they won 100-something games. Dude, they dominated the Mariners in the regular season.
Dusty Baker's known to fold.
Yeah, you're right. But the way the Astros dominated the Mariners in the regular season is the reason why they spreaded that lead in that division so early, because they were dominating over their division, and the Mariners were one of those teams they were dominating. All right, let's go to where we're both going to pick the Yankees. The Guardians come to town to face the Yankees. I will take the Yankees in 3.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll take the Yankees in a sweep, too. So we're going to go full-on bias here. Shane Bieber already pitched a gem. So if he's coming back to save Cleveland, then he's probably starting to get a crazy postseason run going, but I doubt it. Yankees got some injuries in their bullpen and in their starting rotation, but we'll see. Those guys are nicked. They're not knacked. We'll see how that goes. Give me the Yankees in 3 because the Yankees beat up on AL Central teams in the postseason, like for warm-up. It's like a part of the Yankees playoff run.
Mostly the Twins, but also you can look back to 2020 when the Yankees came in and the known then as the Cleveland Indians had Shane Bieber on the bump game 1, and the Yankees still swept them. They still dominated that series. And they're starting behind the 8 ball, being in the wild card series with not having their ace on the mound. So I am going to go Yankees in 3. I think Garrett Cole in game 1 is going to try to reset the narrative on his playoff success versus last year when he was hurt playing Boston. So he's going to come out with a vengeance in game 1. My biggest question mark is Nestor Cortez in the playoffs. I've seen Luis Severino do in the playoffs. I've seen Garrett Cole shit down the Yankees' throats as an Astro in the playoffs. I need Nestor Cortez to pick it up. I have confidence in him that he will do it, but I need to see it. If he shoves in the ALDS, I'm going to be bad in the ALCS.
Yeah, then Yankees easily. So let's finish the new bracket since we were hopefully our second chance brackets look better than our first chance.
Well, the wild card affected your bracket way more than it affected my bracket.
Oh, definitely. That's why I don't even want to talk about that.
All right, so you have what? Your National League is the Dodgers versus the Braves.
Yeah, in that case, give me this is where I'll take the Dodgers to choke. Give me the Braves going back to the World Series. I just think they beat them last year. They have just as much talent as the Dodgers. Now the Dodgers have a lineup that has Max Muncy and Cody Bellinger batting 7th through 9, but Atlanta's got a lineup just like that. So I'll take him to get, and I think Acuna will have a beastly series. I'll predict him to be the NLCS MVP because I think he'll want to show people that he's just as good and could have helped Atlanta been more dominant last year in the playoffs. Also, Matt Olson, we'll be watching for him because we did confirm he has been in the playoffs before and he is batting 14. He's batting 143. So okay, we'll see. Got to earn that money. And I'll take him in 5. It'll be a competitive series.
This is a 7-game series.
Oh yeah, so I'll take him in 7. That's what. Down to the wire. Dodgers got to choke it away and make their fans really, really feel a choke job. And I'll go
NLCS. I'm gonna go Braves too. I have Padres and Braves in the NLCS. I will go Braves in 6 in that series. Again, lineup is just stupid deep. I like the Padres rotation a little bit better with Yu Darvish and Blake Snell, but I will take the lineup with Matt Olson being the NLCS MVP.
Okay. And we'll both take the Yankees no matter what in the ALCS.
Yeah, but you got them facing Seattle, so you can have a little different breakdown.
Yeah, I'll take the Yankees in 4. They end Seattle's run of being. Now that's the problem because I think the Yankees have to get over Houston, but I think in this case I'll go for the Yankees to avoid Houston. Take the Yankees to make easy work of Seattle. That's where I have Jarrett. That's where I'm gonna have Giancarlo Stanton winning the ALCS MVP because I'll save the World Series MVP for our guy who's getting a big bag this year.
Yeah, Brian Cashman said there's a pot of gold waiting for him, so better. So, I will take the Yankees as well. I have them facing Houston. I will take that in 6. I think they have to win in 6 if it goes back to Houston for Game 7. I am shaking in my boots, and depending on who pitches, my confidence will either rise or lower. So I have the Yankees. We both have Yankees Braves World Series. We both have the Yankees winning the World Series. We need someone on this podcast that's not a Yankees fan, but I will take the Yankees to win in 6 with Aaron Judge being the World Series MVP. Oh, I didn't even say who my ALCS. I'm going to go Garrett Cole, ALCS MVP. I think he'll shove twice against the Astros, and they'll give him that due to narrative. So, yeah, Yankees in 6 over the Braves.
I agree. Yankees in 6 over the Braves, just like the 90s. But, yeah, if this doesn't this baseball playoff, like, I could root for San Diego, and I could root for Seattle. But, man, if the Yankees do not – I won't care about baseball much if the Yankees don't win the World Series this year. If they can't get it done this year, I don't know what I'll do. I really don't. I don't really know. I don't. It's a really tough field, but the Dodgers are banged up. Fernando's suspended, and the Padres are banged up. The Phillies are the Phillies. The A's are the A's. The Atlanta really literally flipped their whole team around. If we lost to Cleveland, it hit the damn panic button. And I just don't want to see Houston win another World Series.
Yeah. The main goal for this postseason to watch the Astros fall. We did not get that satisfaction in 2020. We kind of got it in 2021. Now I need it to be full circle with the Yankees beating that ass in 2022.
Yep. Well, yep, that's our second chance bracket. Hopefully, we'll be much better than our wild card first chance bracket, and we don't have to redo a whole another bracket again. But I feel pretty confident in our World Series pick. I feel confident in our World Series pick. So that's just me jinxing them right there. Hopefully not.
I mean,
But
yeah, my first round was bad in the wild card, but I still have my original World Series matchup in a possibility.
You picked all the chalk. Everybody you picked to move forward was already in the round, so they didn't even have to worry about anything. But yeah, remember, like, comment, subscribe, interact, share. 5 tools. We need them so we can blow up. I'll catch you next time, Eric.
See you, my man.